Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and welcome back to Caves of Cud. Welcome back for episode 2 of our new adventure. We could probably write off episode 1, it being so bloody awful, but we're not. We're going to keep it up there, just to show, I suppose, to show how badly things can go when you go in unprepared. What did we do yesterday? We went through character creation. We had a little jaunt around Joppa, and we found out what can happen if you're not prepared for exploring Joppa. And then we ventured off to our first quest, which went awfully. Again, through lack of preparation. So let's go back. Let's venture back into Cud. Let's venture back into Joppa. I think we will go with a new game, but we're going to re-roll the same character that we most recently played, which is hit G for your quick start, replay most recent character. And we will start in Joppa again. We don't want to choose our name, we want to let the game choose our name. Yes, I know the secrets of the circuitry mind. It's a flaming wonder. Telepath. On the 14th of Tishi-Ux, you arrive at the oasis hamlet of Joppa, along the far rim of Mogra'i, the Great Salt Desert. All around you, moisture farmers tend to groves of viridian water vine. There are horts wrought from rock salt and brine salt. On the horizon, Cud's jungles strangle chrome steeples and rusted archways to the earth. Further and beyond, the fabled spindle rises above the fray and pierces the cloud-ribboned sky. Welcome back to Joppa, ladies and gentlemen. Let's go through our previous start of finding a little bit of work. I won't bother reading all of these quests because we've done it all, as you're aware. We can talk to this gentleman about his quest, which was journeying to the 6th day stilt. The 6th day stilt, for anybody who's interested, is this up in the very top left of the map. I am yet to venture there. I believe that these salt dunes, the Ivory Sea's dunes, are like waves frozen in place. There are cracks in the salt from where the earth, blistered by the jeweled sun, contracted and broke. The horizon melts the sky together with the great plain of Mogra'i, the Great Salt Desert. I believe they're very dangerous and inhabited by some wild beasties. So we're far off ever adventuring there. But we will do one day. We will do. So for now we will loot up the town, and as we learned yesterday, the best way to loot the town is to close doors behind you before stealing somebody else's stuff. There we have a vine wafer, which is a bit of food, bronze battle axe and dagger, and a wooden buckler, which is a great defensive item. My goodness. We have a jewel encrusted cloth robe. The airy robe is woven from fine cloth. This item is much more valuable than usual and grants the wearer 100 reputation with water barons. That is a fantastic item to be wearing. I don't know that it provides much in the way of armor. We've got some symbols here that we didn't discuss yesterday. The diamond with a 1, that denotes the amount of armor an item is giving you. And the circle with the 0 denotes the amount of dodge ability that you're given from an item. Heavier armor can give you a minus dodge, which is obviously a bit of a detriment. And on here we have our staff. Our arrow next to our 5 denotes the amount of piercing damage a staff will do, and the heart is the amount of raw damage that it will do once you've pierced the armor. We will extinguish our torch as we did before, because we have the ability to produce light ourselves. Now, having found these 2 weapons, that gives us the ability to sell some shit that we don't need to carry around with us, which we are definitely going to do today. I'm a little reluctant to wear this jewel encrusted cloth robe. We might be able to trade it in for some more serviceable armour and have a little bit of money left over, possibly. It does give us plus 100 reputation with water barons, but to be perfectly honest, I haven't encountered the water barons, so I don't know how keen I am. Hello, village cat. Sisyphus, or Sisyphus, I believe is probably his name. Sisyphus meows. We start to glow. Who is Sisyphus? Sisyphus. One star-ribboned night, a grey cat crossed the marshy loam and wandered into Joppa. The water vine farmers, wakened by the joyful cries of a small girl, gathered around to revel at the favourable omen and extol the generosity of the beetle moon. Since then, Sisyphus has spent his days curled under the shade of Brinestalk and sauntering over dirt patches. So as long as he's approached with care, he welcomes the hands of friends and strangers alike. He is phosphorescent, and his base demeanour is docile. I don't know what any of that means. We are equipped with a jewel-encrusted cloth robe, and we are now also phosphorescent. And we're also going to rob this chest. What have we got in here? A jewel-encrusted leather cap. That will go marvellously well with our robe. Oh. We are straight baller. Look at our baller outfit now. Mr. Fancy Pants. We also picked up a weird artifact. Let's have a look at what that is. You make some progress understanding the freeze grenade. Marvellous. So over here we will loot the final building before we go about our quests. That is not owned by you. You sure you want to open it? Yes, I do. We've got a weird artifact again. High explosive grenade. Cool. Haven't used a lot of grenades in Caves of Khud, but it's nice to have them, I guess. Especially if you want to trade them. Who's this? Tam, the Dromad merchant. Welcome, friend. What do you desire? I am Uran Hashwasharul. Who are you? It is a pleasure, friend. Iran Hashwasharul. I am Tam. Do you live here? Joppa is my home, yes. Once I walked the Mograi like so many of my brethren, but upon meeting Elder Irudad, I knew at once to settle down here. You will understand, friend, if you speak to him. What kind of creature are you? I am a Dromad, friend, a salt strider. My people have walked the salt for thousands of years, meeting every creature that lives and thinks. You will not find better, more resourceful traders in all of Khud than we. Live and drink, my friend. What do you have that we might trade with you, Tam, our Dromad friend? A lot. A lot of guff. There's some very powerful stuff in here. I think that we will remove these jewel encrusted items. They're not going to hold up to much attacking, so we'd only waste them. Oh, unless we could get near some water barons though, because 200 reputation against some water barons. That's got to be good. Oh, they're not worth as much to this gentleman, though. They're only worth £1.75 and £8.75. I have changed my mind, sir. I have changed my mind. You keep your wares, and to take some of mine. We'll get rid of a bunch of these torches. We've got 2 wooden bucklers, a Buckler, for those not in the know, is a type of shield that you can wear on your arm, which offers some defense for those that are skilled enough. Let's see what we can get from this gentleman. We have got a short bow and the ability to use ranged ammunition. So if we purchase some arrows, it will only cost us 194 for a bunch of arrows. I think we'll take those. Some spiked gauntlets, the Vinewood sap mask that we found on our previous adventure. I think for now that'll be fine. We'll have to pony up, the Dromad merchant will have to pony up 13 drams of fresh water to even up the trade. Agreed? Yes. Now the problem with trading almost exclusively in water is that the richer you are, the harder it is to carry anything. Because water is bloody heavy. But that is, you know, that's the card we've dealt ourselves, really, isn't it? Let's equip our bow. And we'll reload it with our steel arrows. Okay, let's go and get the final... Oh, I don't know what that said. That would have been the zealot shouting at us, I guess. Oh no, it was the glow of our touching Tesiphus diminished, extinguished. This is the gentleman that wants us to fetch knickknacks, which we've already got. We'll give him our grenades that we don't need. Which has given us some XP, a level up, and a mission to get some copper wire, I believe it was. We'll level up our light manipulation again, ready for our first fights that we're going to inevitably encounter pretty soon. And we will partake of the water ritual with this gentleman, Warden Ulreg, before we leave. There we go. The Fellowship of Wardens. Live and drink, brother. Live and drink. Now, as I began to talk about the sultans of Khud yesterday, and I didn't really understand what I was saying because I wasn't concentrating. So the sultans are, as I said before, randomly generated every time you start. Maybe even Reshef isn't though, because he was the sultan that was here yesterday. Shrine to Reshef, the last sultan. The shrine depicts a significant event from the life of the ancient sultan Reshef. In 3 AR, Reshef cleansed the marshlands of the plagues of the Gaia and taught Abram to sow water vine along its fertile tracks. You note this piece of information in the Sultan Histories Reshef section of your journal. So each Sultan has a randomly generated history behind them, I believe, and a quest associated with it. And I believe that they have maybe a chest or a stash of high value items, if you can find it, or legendary items potentially. Again, it's not something that I personally have managed to pull off because I am useless. But we'll get there. We'll get there together. Shrine to Irad, the War of Sarabal. The shrine depicts a significant event from the life of the ancient Sultan Irad. Whilst wandering around Waterstock's province Dawan, Irad stumbled upon a clan of robots performing a secret ritual. Because of his shrewd eyes, they accepted him into their fold and taught him their secrets. In my researching for more information regarding Khud, I did find some interesting selling points that the developers put on their website. They tout it as being, you can do anything you can imagine, dig a tunnel anywhere in the world, purchase rare books from an albino ape mayor, contract a fungal infection and grow glowing mushrooms on your hands, charm a goat into joining you, then give him chainmail and a shotgun to equip. Clone yourself, mind control the clone, hack off your own limbs, then eat them for sustenance. If that's not a selling point, I don't know what is. I don't know what's going to get you involved here if that doesn't sell it to you. That's just more of the histories of the sultans. We will have a look at our quests. We've got 2 quests, I believe. What's Eating the Water Vine takes us to Red Rock, which is north of Joppa. We have to find the critters that are eating Joppa's water vine, collect a corpse of one of the creatures, and return to Joppa with the corpse. Another quest of O Glorious Shekinah. Make a pilgrimage to the six-day stilt. Journey to the far northwest through the Great Salt Desert and visit the Mechanimist Cathedral and Merchant Bazaar. Weird wire conduits. Find 200 feet of copper wire. Or visit Dawan. Travel to the historical site of Dawan. Let's have a look and see where that is. You need to press L to bring up your ability to search. Dawan. Oh, that's pretty close. I think maybe we'll have a look at that. I'm sure it's pretty risky. And I know that the rust wells have got a substantial amount of loot in them, so maybe it would be worth searching one of the rust wells first to see if we can find some strong weaponry or armor before we venture into a potentially tougher quest. Now, some of the games I play, they make it very easy to do a video by having a constant narrative, and could kind of drops me in it a little bit and forces me to fill gaps of travel with nonsense. And now I can talk nonsense with the best of them, but for some reason the pressure of trying to do it whilst travelling across the landscape of Kud and talking to a video, that seems overwhelming to me. We have discovered Shemu. This is one of the randomly generated towns, I assume. We note the location of Shemu in the location's ruins section of our journal. So what could potentially be here? Well, ruins means potentially treasure, I'd imagine. So we just have to find an entrance. I don't know how dangerous any of this around us is. Some book shelves. We'll grab all the books we can. I'm sure that they are of great value to us, either in providing information or being able to sell them. If we can find somebody that's interested in buying our books anyway. That, I believe, is a friendly scrap-clad hermit. The patchwork of burnt metal and rust-flaked rivets make a gradient of new flesh across the hermit's body. Her hair is knotted into a rat's nest and held high by a barrette of broken glass. She screams in a tongue of her own invention. She's wearing slender steel war armor. Oh, she has a slender steel war hammer and is carrying a silver nugget. Let us trade. They have nothing to trade. She has, however, taken out some glowfish corpses. There's some well, they weren't glowfish corpses before she took them out, obviously. But there are now corpses strewn across the battlefield. These ruins don't seem to be very ruinous. They don't seem to be containing much. Should we steal your bedroll? Is that a terrible idea? Let's have a look up here and see if there's anything to explore. I feel there is not. We took the trash. Can we explore the trash and see if there's anything in it? There's a pile of debris. We will drop it. It has nothing. There is an ability that when you search trash, you have the opportunity to find usable items, usable scrap items that you can build and repair items with. But we haven't unlocked that though. It is one of the things that I probably will unlock. It was largely pretty pointless, but we got some books out of it. It's very wet here today in Khud. Must have been heavy rainfall. Oh, we have a crocodile attacking us. Who hopefully we can take out with our laser eyes. Oh, he is wounded. We just managed to kill him. And we harvested a vine wafer at the same time, which is pretty good going. Now, as altercations go in Khud, that one was relatively easy. And I'll be honest, I'm pretty thankful for that. There is, however, another crocodile on my arse. And we're going to try and navigate away from him as quickly as possible. I don't think we need to have another fight that we might not win. Some scum grass here. Oh, I'm very cautious of what could potentially be around after yesterday's cock up, we'll call it. I assume our night vision is on. Unless I didn't take night vision. I've got a feeling that my character doesn't have night vision on. I think I might have messed up here. So we seem to only be able to see a short distance around us, unless that's because it's not actually nighttime. I was expecting to be... There are hostiles nearby. That's worrying. Oh, some jellies. These things are a pain in the arse. So we're going to run away from him as quickly as we can. We have an ability to sprint. And we're going to use it. Because now is not the time to be getting into a fight with some jellies. There are many hostiles in Khud that you'll be able to batter with very little trouble. Jellies, I don't believe, are one of them. We found some random stairs, which we're going to explore. The subterranean salt marsh. Have a quick look. We're not going to explore too deep, for I am fearful of what we may find. Who's this? Trash monk. Rust-flaked trash from a cross-section of eons functions as his habit, contoured to his body by a lifetime of wear. He's wearing furs, carries a steel hand axe and a short bow. Let us trade. He's got steel arrows and wooden arrows. A gelatinous wedge. Organic matter is liquefied by the agents of decay and pressurized by tight spaces into the shapes of prismatoids galvanized by a cousin instinct to hunger. The gelatin entity now extrudes itself forward in wedge form. Oh, that had almost no effect on him. He's got us wedged. You take 4 damage from the gelatinous wedge's digestive enzymes. For f***'s sake.